happening? Oh, we're
Okay, it's
live.
live.
Yes.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. How
Hi,
did we
hi,
get so
hi.
lucky? We have Ryan P with us. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? And then we'll start talking about love, sex, jealousy, and peace.
Thank you, Annie. And so, for those of you that maybe you don't know me, so my name is Ryan, obviously. So, I'm from Malaysia and I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator. And well, when I see this topic, I'm like, yes. So, now it's actually my 2 p.m., not 2 a.m. And I'm like, yes, let's do it. I don't care what time is it, let's do it. So, where shall we start?
Yeah. um, well, so when you hear about love, sex, jealousy, or peace, what's the biggest thing that's like a part of your life?
Well, um,
No,
for For me, I would say so.
not
We
putting
know
you on
that
the spot here.
that's you can totally put me on the spot. I will talk about anything. Uh, we know that love, sex, jealousy, and peace. These four things are the distractor implants. And for for a lot of times in my life, I think this has nothing much to do with me. I always had that point of view. I was like, well, I'm not affected by this. And then very recently, I just got some awareness of where I was doing jealousy without realizing it. Okay, so and when I had that awareness, I was like, I'm changing this. I'm going beyond this. I'm not letting this to affect me or control me or creating upset in my world. So well, love and sex, they are quite straightforward. People go crazy about them all the time. We see people that are smart, intelligent people. When they come to love and sex, they are so crazy. They are so well unintelligent. So and so, ask me what how, because this is a huge topic. I don't even know where
Wow.
to start.
Question. Okay. Um, let's see. So you were talking about how you just came to the awareness that jealousy is actually
Hmm.
something that's happening. So were you there's what was that? We had another call where we were talking about jealousy, and I actually went on the dictionary and looked up the etymology of jealousy, and it came from the old Middle Latin English, meaning cellist.
Meaning
So
what?
it's actually like so cellist. So someone who's a zealot, someone who's like
Uh,
overzealous about something. So jealousy was actually came from the root of like someone who's very interested in
hmm.
something. But actually, let me look that up. There's a little bit of a delay. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. It's just like once every few seconds you cut off a little bit. But in
Okay.
general, I can hear you all right.
All right. So someone who's zealous is someone, oh, okay. Someone who's fiery, someone who's ardent, fervent, impassioned, passionate,
Ah,
devout. So
wow. This is this is so different than what we
yeah, it was
know.
completely different from what I thought it would
Yep.
be.
So, uh,
Yeah.
um,
So with
so for me, I so at first I thought that I didn't do jealousy because my point of view was that jealousy is only about relationship, about love and sex, which I think I'm free from those things. But then finally I realized, wow, okay, jealousy can be in any area of our life. Okay, so I have that more in business. So when I look at someone, let's say I felt that jealousy feeling like, wow, okay, um, it's actually because of I have decided that person is greater than me, and I am basically judging myself as lesser than. And for so long in my life, I never considered that as a jealousy. I was just like, I'm doing competition or something, but no, I'm not. it was just a jealousy in a different way. And once I clear that, I'm way happier.
Okay. So cool. Wait, so how did you clear it? Like how did you
Well,
change it?
do we do clearing statement on this show? Yeah, we use the clearing statement to poke and pot the distractor implants of the love, sex, jealousy, and peace. But for me, it was more about the jealousy. Of course, in the past, I cleared a lot about love and sex when I was so crazy and when I was so insane. So
I think I need that right now because I'm a little crazy with that kind of stuff. That's probably why I started this whole group.
okay,
But
well,
so would you say that? Mhm, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna ask. Would you say that having an awareness and acknowledging where you were functioning from the distractor implant contributed to you actually being able to clear it? Because then you're like, oh, so that's where I'm functioning, and then do the claim statement
Yes,
for it. Because how many
yeah.
times are we not aware of what we're not aware of?
Well, for a lot of people, I don't even see that they have that much interest in being more aware. And so sometimes people want to function from blame. They will be like, yeah, it's always you. You did something or you said something, and that like trigger my jealousy or make me go insane. So, but for me, I don't have that. I always look inside me and see um, what's going on inside. Like, why exactly, how exactly did I get triggered? And then fortunately in access they gave us this awareness of the distractor implants, so we just poke and pot the distractor implants of love, sex, jealousy, and peace. So to poke and pot it, I would say it's easy. The awareness and the willingness to change that, that's the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Otherwise, you're not even going to change anything or
yeah,
do anything about it. You'll just keep doing the same thing and it's the same cycle over and over again.
yeah, I see a
Ouch.
lot of people doing that. And I can kind of perceive, I don't know who will be watching this right, either right now or maybe sometime in the future, but I can sense that some of you have this point of view like, yeah, that's normal in a relationship. You are supposed to have that insanity. So if you think that's like the love, sex, and relationship and jealousy and the insanity, they are all in one package. Well, this point of view will not support you to get over those things. Okay, so
Mm.
we can clear that. So everywhere that being insane in a relationship with the distractor implants of love, sex, jealousy, and peace feels normal to you, because that's what everyone is doing, and you wouldn't even consider to have a change here. Will you please describe and create it all?
Yes.
And right, wrong, good and bad, talk and pot, all night, shots, boys, and beyonds.
Cool.
Cool.
So, for anyone who's never heard those words before, that's the clearing statement. And you can find out more information about it on theclearingstatement.com.
Yes, www.theclearingstatement.com. The very crazy phrase that make your mind go like, what?
What happened?
Yes.
Say it again, please. I love hearing it from your voice.
So, uh, well, what else do I need to say now?
Everything that brought up.
So, all the distractor implants of love, sex. Okay, think about everywhere you go crazy in your life. Okay, so all the distractor implants of love, sex, jealousy, and peace. Okay, will you please describe and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, talk and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Oh,
Okay, we can
cool.
definitely perceive a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So many years ago, so I said I got over that. So many years ago, I still remember I had one relationship that I was so functioning from like I was so affected by the distractor implants of love and sex. So I
Mhm.
totally lost myself. I was like doing jealousy and at the same time pretend I didn't. Like, no, I'm not. So how many of you are full of jealousy, but you pretend you are not? Because jealousy is wrong. It doesn't match your identity. You look professional on the outside, so you're not supposed to feel jealousy. So you hide it so well, and it keeps affecting you. You have a different choice now. You can just let it out, be be willing to acknowledge them, be honest with yourself, so that you can change it and free from it once and for all. Okay, so
Yeah.
everywhere that we pretend we are not affected by these things and let it keep affecting our life. Let's destroy and create all of that. So if you're new to this crazy thing called access consciousness, all you need to do is just say yes, and it will clear that energy. Right, wrong, good and bad, hug and pot. All nice shots, boys and beyonds. We have someone say hi.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Cool. Hi.
so is that you or is it someone else? It says so. It's feeling normal that locks you in. Who is that asking you?
Wait. Oh, who is it? I'm not
But,
sure.
but
Is
it's
there a name?
yeah, the name it has your name, so that's why I wonder: are you the one asking question, or is it someone else?
Oh, is someone using my account? Oh my gosh, that happens all the time. So,
Okay, okay. So the question
so
is,
Jade is saying hi.
yes,
Um,
so the question is, so is it normal to is it feeling normal that locks all these things in? Yes. When you have considered that as normal, you will not consider to change it. Okay, so we have been
mhm,
so used to feeling insane and being affected by the love, sex, jealousy, and peace, the distractor implants of love, sex, jealousy, and peace. But what if it's not normal? No matter how long you have been affected by it, no matter what you see in people around you, but you can have a different choice. So,
mhm,
um, yeah, I still remember this many months ago, or maybe a few years ago. I did a quick, like a quick class with some of my participants about being like, what do you consider normal? And this is actually a good question. Like, for example, if I ask you now, so what do you consider normal in a relationship? Like jealousy, that's normal. So you will say that. So if you consider that normal, you will not think about changing it. Okay. So
oh wow.
and when I had that conversation with my participants, it wasn't even about relationship, but it's general in life. Like, what do you consider normal? What is your normal operative state? So for some people, their normal operative state is, I always feel lack. I always feel unloved. I always feel this, and this. And because of you consider that so normal, you 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 cut off your awareness of like what other choices you can have.
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
So ask yourself this simple question: what do you consider normal and pock and pot? All of that. Nothing is normal. Everything is a choice.
Okay. Cool. I like that because it creates you being able to have a choice like every single 10 seconds, which is what you're supposed to have.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
saw another
Wait.
question,
So
but it disappeared.
that was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
I I think no. I think that's the StreamYard person who's the controller. The controller is controlling my
Okay. Okay. So,
So are
so the
you
question is,
saying okay, go ahead.
are you saying abnormal creates a better life around love, sex, jealousy, and peace? Uh, well, I wouldn't call it abnormal. That just somehow sounds a bit strange, but what we consider normal is where we try to make us fit into this world, fit into this reality just like everyone else. So if everyone else is doing it and you are doing it, you consider that normal. Okay. So if you no longer have the need to be normal, and if you also have the awareness of what you consider normal, so those are the things that you will not consider to change, then now you have a lot more choices. You can still choose the same old thing, of course, if it works for you. But now you're like, yeah, I can have a different choice. So what if? Okay, let's consider this. Just a quick question to plant a seed in your mind. What if in your relationship with no matter who, not having jealousy is the new normal?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that create
What if
more?
it's like what if you were actually grateful that they're interacting and creating change in other people's universes
Hmm. Yes.
instead of being like, oh my God, I have to control them and keep them into this tiny little box that I wanted to create, kind of thing.
Oh, so people when they come to relationship, they do a lot of control.
Yeah, right?
Yes. So it's like the control is how you try to work around the jealousy. It's like hopefully you
Mm.
put everything under control so that you won't have to feel jealousy anymore. Like if you keep your man only at home and take his phone away, he cut off his internet, so there's no way another woman can contact him.
Oh my
Then you've like,
God.
I will not feel jealousy anymore. He's mine, 100%.
I'm definitely not going through some of that.
I know, I'm just kidding. But so the control, so it now feels like the control is the coping mechanism to handle the jealousy. Wow.
So, what happens when it's more like gaslighting?
In what way? Can you say more?
Like, like they're not outwardly jealous, but they are doing small things that keep you in like a little corner kind of thing.
Well,
So it's there's no outward appearance of any jealousy going on. However, it's like little tiny
no,
things.
it's still jealousy.
Then
Just
it's still jealousy.
it's just that the action you take, is it obvious or is it hideous?
Okay. So if you're at the effect of jealousy, does that mean that you're not choosing?
Well, distractor implants put people to react. Okay, so when you
Okay.
react, you are not functioning from awareness. You are not choosing. You don't. In
Hmm.
fact, you don't even know how to choose. You just naturally, like automatically, react.
Yeah. So you're
So
not in action, you're in
not at all.
reaction. Okay,
Yep.
cool. So would you say if you're choosing and you're using your awareness and actually taking action and being in action, then you won't be at the effect of anyone who's doing distractor implants.
Well, other people they do distractor implants. Sometimes they even try to affect you with their trauma and drama.
Yeah.
And we see that a lot. uh, well, sometimes I got affected, but
Allowance?
yes, definitely allowance. Allowance will take you out of other people's drama. Hashtag allowance will take you out of other people's drama and their
Oh my
bullshit.
God. Wow.
See,
I like
the
that. Hashtag.
when
Let me
when
type
you
that up.
when you don't have allowance, you try to fix other people's jealousy. For example, like you see someone jealous, maybe you try to fix them, or you try to
Mm.
change them, or try to run away from it, or whatever. Those are all reactions. With allowance, you are
Yeah.
like, oh wow, you are full of jealousy. Wow, how much fun can we have here? It's,
Thanks, controller.
and then you have the total control. When you have allowance, when you don't react, you have full control.
Okay, cool. Oh, so this came up. So when you're in allowance and you're in choice and you're in that 10 seconds, the more aware one in the relationship, then you actually have control, like you're saying. So is that how you can create a relationship that works for you? It's to be continually in awareness and in allowance and in choice and taking action.
Yeah, of course with allowance and well, so with more, in order for you to have more awareness, you need to have more allowance. Or someone say hi, hi.
Hi.
Um, so um, so because if you only have awareness without allowance, it drives you crazy. You're like, I'm aware of so many things that I feel like I want to kill those people. I don't have allowance for them. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember, I think it was last year, early last year. Gary and Dane they did a very advanced class about relationship. It's called the relationship class, and
Mm-hmm.
so in that class they talk about if whoever that doesn't have allowance, that's the problem. Okay, so the problem is not with the other person. If you don't have allowance, you are the problem. Okay,
Wow.
so when you have allowance and awareness, then you don't react. You always know what other possibilities you have, what other choices you have. And of course, then from there, you take action. And when I say you have total control, I don't mean control with force. In this reality,
Mm-hmm.
people do force to control. But
Yeah.
the control here is like from awareness. You know exactly what's going on, and when you don't react, that's the control.
Yeah. And you can actually take action, and that could be like manipulating them to do a certain thing, or like being in a space where they can't even touch you. Like you have your own reality and they can do their trauma and drama over there. And then when they're ready to come into your reality, you can change their universe.
Yeah, if they are willing to have that be change.
It's,
If they are not
yeah.
willing, there's nothing that we can do. Okay. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we are not God.
Well, actually, so I'm in relationship right now,
Uh-huh.
and last night it was like World War III. Seriously, like I'm usually pretty chill, and
Uh-huh.
I use some words and some intensity and potency. And this morning, because after that I was like, okay, I'll be an allowance, whatever. He chooses what he chooses. Today, it's like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the allowance piece and me choosing, okay, you know what? I'll still include him in my life. It's fine. I'll be an allowance. And it changed. It's like magic. I'm like, what? Are you the same person from?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just,
So
yeah. It's hard to put your, like, wrap your mind around it.
well, when so allowance, it's like it ends the fight. Okay, when you don't have allowance, even though you don't verbally start the fight or continue the fight, but energetically you are still doing the fight. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so allowance is not something that you can pretend. It's either you really be in allowance or you don't. Okay, so when you really be in allowance, you don't put more energy into creating the fight. And very often, when you take yourself out of that
Mm-hmm.
drama, the fight just end because it takes both sides to hold on to it to continue that.
So if
So
you're doing allowance, it's not really allowance. But if you be the space of allowance, then that's really like you're being it.
yeah, so allowance is it has to be from being. Okay, of course
Yeah.
I have done it a lot. I have done a lot of fake allowance, if you know what I mean, fake allowance.
No, never.
If you have been doing access for a little while, I'm sure you know what I mean, fake allowance or pseudo allowance, semi allowance. So It's like you inside you are boiling. You are like, I want to kill someone, but outside you're like, no, I'm not judging. I'm not pissed. Of course not, right? So and then you get even more upset. So this is where you really use the tools to clear all these things, and especially with the distractor implants, there is no way out. Okay, I mean, you
Yeah.
cannot try to analyze or think about how to resolve it. There is no way out with your mind. The only way out is just let it go, talk about it.
Okay. Cool. That's so helpful. Thank you so much. So
You
do
are
we
very
have
welcome.
um so any other questions? We just had people saying hi. So
Hi
hi,
to hi
Hania,
everyone. How do you
Jade,
see who is saying?
Kabir.
How do you see that?
Um oh, I have a comment on the side.
Ah,
Can
okay,
you see it
okay,
on the phone?
okay. I
I don't
just
know
need
if
to
you
I just need to open it and I can see it now.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, cool. Yeah.
um
So someone is in control of my CF page. So I don't know
okay.
who's asking the questions.
Okay, so I see a question here. So, can you talk about allowance and being a doormat? Okay, so um, well, allowance. I don't even know how these two words like link together. Being in allowance doesn't mean you suppress your desire to change something. It doesn't mean you um, let the other person to do whatever they want to do. Okay, so if you
Mhm.
just let them do whatever they want to do, even when it doesn't work for you and you keep yourself silent, that is not allowance. That is making you a doormat where everyone can step on.
Mhm.
Okay, so um, allowance is you don't judge, you don't react, but you know you can admit, you can acknowledge that doesn't work for me, and then from
Okay.
there you know what else you can do. Okay, so for example, let's say someone, let me use an extreme example. Okay, so let's say someone wants to um, steal your money. Okay, so if you don't have allowance, you have to judge that person, make that person so wrong. And whenever you judge
Mhm.
someone, you always feel upset. See, you judge someone else, but you are the one that feel upset.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, but if you don't have that, if you have allowance, you're like, I know you want to steal my money, but I'm not letting you do. You are not
That's
wrong, but
true.
I allow myself to defend. I even allow myself to punch you in the face if I have to. So that's an
Yes. So
allowance as
allowance
well.
could include punching someone in the face if that's
Yes,
what's
yes.
required.
Uh, Allow
I
yourself to
love
do
that.
that and don't judge you. Allowance, okay, so put it this way, allowance is not just about having allowance for what other people do or not do. Allowance includes for yourself to
Mhm.
have the freedom to do whatever you want to do if
Yeah.
it works for you. Okay, so
Yeah.
uh-huh,
And cool.
cool.
So wow, we went through a lot. Guys,
Yep.
definitely don't listen to this over again. Um,
I'm able to tell you
so,
this because
are there any?
I've done a lot of semi allowance, pseudo allowance, fake allowance. I've been there, done that. So
So, okay, how about this? Can you tell me what actually occurred after using pseudo allowance? Like, did it create greater?
well, I wish, but
um,
it usually it doesn't. It didn't. And so if you do fake allowance, it's actually you are judging yourself for, let's say, being angry. What if you can just allow
oh,
you to be
okay.
angry? Okay, so why people do fake allowance is, for example, they are angry, but they have a judgment
Mhm.
about anger. They are like, anger is bad, so I'm not supposed to be angry. Then when they're angry, they're
Mhm.
like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm in allowance. So it comes from some other judgment somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay,
Wow.
so allow you to be really upset, allow you to be angry, allow you to scream and yell at someone if you have to. But well,
Yeah.
you really have to come from awareness of this that create more. But
Hmm.
if you did, don't judge you for that.
Yeah. Like, is this the energy that's required right now, and what will it create if I actually unleash it?
Yes.
Right? Oh my gosh.
And you see,
Oh my gosh.
if you just
Sorry.
suppress it, you feel like a volcano. You're like, and then eventually it still come out like, and then it might create more damage.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta control my laughter here because I'm on another Zoom and I just got called out for laughing.
Well, just laugh
Bad
as much
girl.
as you like.
Bad girl.
Uh,
Ooh,
allow yourself to laugh so much that other people feel so uncomfortable. So what? Or
I'm a
maybe
bad girl.
they are jealous
Okay.
at you because you can laugh.
Okay. Anyways, yes, everything that brought up.
Right, good and bad, Pak and Pat, all nice, just ways and beyonds.
Always wanted to have that happen. Okay. So let's start wrapping up.
Yep.
And is there, huh, is there anything that you wanna just something that you found really helpful with love, sex, jealousy, and peace, in terms of besides the distractor implant clearing? What else?
Hmm. Well, I can't think of anything else. Even when I try to tap into those that are watching or maybe watching later, I cannot really get anything at this moment.
Maybe everybody's fried.
Yeah, yeah. So
Ooh, cool.
okay. So
So,
maybe this is what you do. So when those distractor implants like got triggered, when you like just lose yourself and you go so insane, sometimes it's not easy for you to catch yourself at that moment. Okay, but don't worry. Let's say after a few hours or maybe a few days, when you are finally like calm down and feel more normal, you can still
mhm.
clear those distractor implants. Okay, so you can just think back about the jealousy that you had maybe a few days ago towards someone, and then get that energy and you can still clear it now. So even if you didn't catch yourself doing jealousy like on the spot and clear it, no worry. Okay, so not everyone can. At first, not everyone can have this clarity to catch themselves doing jealousy on the spot. And once you
Yeah.
clear it after a few days, the same thing will not trigger you again. If you didn't clear it,
Wow.
it will come back again and again. Once you clear it, of course, you will still have jealousy, but it will be a different situation, a different thing. It will not be the same thing again.
Wow. That's so cool. Yeah. So guys, keep clearing. Keep
Yes, keep.
keep going. Keep doing the work, and
So,
don't judge yourself.
yes, be an allowance, not fake
Yes.
allowance. Hashtag no fake
Yeah.
allowance.
No fake allowance. Wait, what? Let me try. Okay. I'm in fake allowance. No, it feels like arrogance, kind of. Well, not really.
You
Something.
mean the
Okay.
you mean the fake
Fake
allowance?
allowance. Be an allowance. Don't judge yourself. Hashtag no fake allowance. Oh,
I
it's misspelled. Sorry, I'm OCD. Can you
okay.
spell it correctly, please?
You have to have allowance for you not spelling it
Oh,
correctly. So
okay. I'm in allowance.
yes,
There you
be
go.
an
That's not
allowance,
fake, right?
and you will judge you less.
Okay, cool. Yes, no fake allowance. Thank you.
But no, with hashtag, you're not supposed to have space. There should be one word.
What? OCD. We're Asians. It has to be
Yes,
perfect.
yes. So I'm definitely OCD as well, but getting better and better. Uh,
Okay, I gotta too much. Whew, okay. So thank you guys for joining us. Do you have any classes coming up, Ryan, that you'd like to tell everyone?
yeah. Because of the corona, I think corona is my friend. I love it so much. Like because of corona, we can do online classes. So some of my upcoming online classes that I have one X-Men. So I'm also an X-Men
Oh
facilitator.
wow.
So I do one day X-Men class on maybe six.
June.
Sorry, shit. Okay. God. Okay, I'm in allowance of me. Keep saying, mate, what's going on with me? June. Okay,
Okay.
we are at the
Well,
end
I
of
mean, we
May.
can also, yeah. Do you have a website we can share? Then
Unfortunately, I don't have, but you can find me. I have a website that it's so like from 10 years ago, so let's
okay,
not mention
okay.
it. But you can find me on my Facebook, and so I think it's June 14, if I'm not mistaken, for the one day
Okay,
X-Men
cool.
class. And on June, I keep wanting to say May. On June 20th, I have the one day Being You class. I'm a Being You certified facilitator. I have a
Mm-hmm.
one day Being You in business. So business is one area that people kind of lose themselves as well, just like a relationship. Um, so, and of course, the song I talk about how I got to the awareness of I was doing jealousy in
Mm-hmm.
business instead of in a like a love relationship. So, um, well, I can talk more about that in the class. So
Yeah,
that's for now.
cool. So,
And I just
guys,
finished. I just finished a one day being you creating money today. I love it.
ooh, how come I didn't hear about that? I love being you with money.
Well, I can do another one. I can always do another one.
My favorite, I always work with like my gold coin next
Hmm.
to me.
Oh
Sometimes
wow,
I eat it. I learned that from that eating coins. Tastes
cool.
good.
All right.
So,
So
yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, definitely don't check out Ryan's class. So, thank you so much for joining. This was like so
I
different
mean,
and
I'm in allowance of them. They're not choosing the class. I'm in total allowance.
not the fake allowance. Hashtag
Yes.
no fake allowance.
Hashtag no fake allowance. Without space. Come on, without space. With hashtag you don't do space. All right. So.
Okay,
All
cool.
right. So.
Cool.
Thank,
All right. So thank
thank,
you, everybody. And
thank
thank you,
you.
Ryan. Bye,
Thank you so much,
everyone.
Annie, and thank you whoever behind this, like Matt and whoever else. Thank you so much.
Yes. So go
Um,
ahead and
how do I end this? Just leave.